Okay, howdy everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Vormithrax, here here to play some more Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Just had a sneezing fit right before I went on camera. That's why I've been a few minutes late. See if I can get my throat and my nose and all the other parts. All back together again. Let's see, where were we? It's been a week. I missed Friday's episode. Had some things come up. What were we doing? We're playing Judge Fredd. We are continuing our Judge Fredd playthrough. Health is good. Stats are, 8s, like we started with. That's not likely to change much for this challenge. We've made a tiny bit of progress on some combat skills and some crafting skills, but the most important thing I do remember is we've got most of our neighborhood cleared out. So that's huge. Here is our neighborhood. This is what we're talking about. So if you haven't been following along with the challenge, Judge Fredd lives in a big city, a mega city, and we're trying to move deeper into the megacity to set up some kind of a base, just to show it can be done without any special gear, stats, traits, none of that stuff. So we're going to be trying to gear up appropriate for Judge Fredd, as well as craft up our motorcycle, our megacity motorcycle. Haven't done that in a while, so that'll be fun. It's going to take us a little bit of time, but I think I do want to try to relocate a little further. Getting some good scouting done is one of my focuses tonight, this evening, in this episode. See if we can, during the daytime, get some height with some binoculars so that we can get a little bit better view of the area. Find some more buildings we're interested in visiting, and go from there. So, we don't have, unfortunately, radio towers in the middle of the city. We got radio stations and we got construction sites. There are some tall buildings. We've got cemeteries, but no churches, I don't think. Real close. We do have one down there. That's not too far away. We can get to that, so that might be a goal for us. It's just across from the mill surplus that I was planning on heading to as well. So, yeah. We might see if we can start pushing our envelope of safety a little further south, because I want to get there during the daytime. See if it's... I don't know all the church designs, but I know if there are multiple designs, at least one of them has a church steeple you can climb. Just like a radio tower. I think it's 4 floors up, so not quite as tall as the radio tower, but that'll get us up plenty high and give us a good view around. So that'll illuminate a huge amount of the map nearby. Then we can make some better decisions. So that's going to be one of the focuses. We've already got everything we need out of the local library there. We don't care about that gun store. Nothing in particular interesting over at the hunting supply store that I can't... Well, I'm not too worried about it. There's shotguns and some other general gear. But nothing I need to rush to right away. I would like to locate at least 1 or 2 more vehicles, just junker vehicles that I can use to cruise through the city and then abandon if I have to. But we can use those to map, we can use them to run over zombies, we can use them to open doors that are locked, things like that. So that's another priority, getting some working vehicles brought back to our little current base area, as well as hitting the mill surplus, trying to get up high in the church, and do some scouting. So we need to keep improving our gear. We've made some improvements. That's what we're working with currently. We're a little light on medical gear, so finding a pharmacy, doctor's off. Well, pharmacy is pretty much it. Pharmacy or ambulances is what I'm hoping to find. But we have come across the fire axe and the crowbar, and we've got a grappling hook. I don't trust them. I demonstrated during a live stream once using one, and it still dropped me and did horrific damage. So, yeah, I'm still pretty leery about the old grappling hook. I haven't thoroughly tested them recently, but, yeah, bad things happened. Some of our gear's getting a little tagged up. We don't have the tailoring skill to fix a lot of it yet, so we got to be a little careful there. What else? I think that's about it. So we're primarily using the fire axe for our combat. Depending on what I'm fighting, I try to get out of that if I'm going to fight zombie kids, because, man, I hate zombie kids. I hate them. Oh, they're terrible. How many have we killed now? Are we to 100 yet? I don't think we're to 100 yet. We're halfway there, 52. Although I don't really care about the morale penalty. That's not affecting me any. But, so getting to the 100 to remove that morale debuff isn't really going to do much to lower my hatred of zombie children. They're just so quick and dodgy. They're so hard to hit. I'd much rather face regular zombies. So, yeah. Hey there, Murderer Phoenixes. Welcome back. Time is it? It is coming up on midnight, and we're not tired. Hey, look at that. I can't remember if I had slept right before we left off last Monday, or exactly what. Yeah. Oh, I do want to mention several times this evening, I'm making tentative plans to change my streaming scheduling to try to make it more predictable and more set for everybody. So be prepared probably this week. I'm going to change things up. My current thoughts are I'm going to switch it to 2 different blocks during the day, 2 different 4-hour blocks. So 10 to 2, then I'll have a 2-hour break, and then 4 to 8. So that's my tentative thinking. So that'll give me a good amount of time for a particular play with the game. But with 2 different blocks scheduled ahead of time, everybody knows where to find me. And I'll try to start posting a schedule ahead of time on my Twitch channel, so you guys can see for the upcoming week what's going to be at what times, and attend accordingly if you'd like. But I'm trying to get more strict and rigid in my schedule so folks know where I'm at. But, yeah, so keep an eye out. So Friday's Cataclysm stream it'll probably be the 4 to 8 time frame for Friday's stream for Cataclysm. I'm thinking of doing the Monday one 10 to 2, and then the Friday one 4 to 8. So people in different time zones or such have opportunity to visit during a live stream. So we'll see. But that's the plan, so just be aware, Friday's stream might be at a slightly different time. And then I'm going to fill in the other times during the week with, other games. 7 Days to Die and a few others I've got on the list. Alright, let me move some windows around here. Get this stuff out of the way. And I'll mention the time change here for folks. Yeah, 4 hours should give me enough time for a good dose without going too far over. I got to kind of limit myself on some of the stuff. 7 Days to Die and Cataclysm. I can't play them like I used to because I'll just drive myself bonkers. So it's for my own sanity as well. And I think it'll work out pretty well. But that gives me a couple hours in between to have lunch or schedule appointments I need to do in real life or run errands and so on. And breaks the chunk of gameplay time up a little bit. So that's what we're gonna try. We'll do that for a little while, see how it works out, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I think we've talked about everything. Character sheet, not really much going on here. If you haven't followed the earlier parts of the episodes for this particular challenge, it's a straight generic character, no traits, no stats, no nothing. We just hit tab on the character, named him, and jumped into the game world. The game world is straight default, except I did set it for the Megacity settings, the 16-0, so 16 size, 0 spacing. Normally I do 16-2 just because the map gen's a little funky, and I usually liked the results with the 16-2 better than the 16-0, but I figured most people that try this for the first time are probably picking 16-0, and this is also a semi-tutorial / learning / educational series that I want to point new players to show that you can have this kind of a gameplay and you can survive, and here's how to do it and what to think and how to plan and how to strategize and where the dangers are and all that kind of stuff. So we're playing completely default character, no traits, no stats, no nothing. That's kind of my difficulty factor in this one. We're doing a super city, tons of zombies all over, and we're seeing where we can get to. So my goal for the challenge is to get him well accoutred as well as we can to meet the Judge Fredd theme, as well as getting the motorcycle built. So if we can get a cool base put up, get the motorcycle crafted, have him geared up appropriately, I'll consider that basically the end of the challenge, and we'll figure out something fun to do with him. But that's as far as I want to take it in this one. So there's not likely to be much in the way of CBMs or mutations or things like that. We're kind of doing different things in this one. But this is our base. So if you're first time seeing this particular challenge, we're hanging out in the basement here. It was one we had to work towards. We actually started way the heck up here. I forget exactly where we started. Somewhere northish here. I remember we saw the LMOE, the Last Man on Earth shelter, and we did visit it, but then we left. Came straight south and then worked our way over to the west here. I was trying to work my way in deeper and deeper to the city before we kind of set up a base. Just, you know, because it's more interesting to me personally and more challenging. And I wanted to be closer to the industrial commercial buildings because this just mile after mile after mile of residential wouldn't be interesting very long. And I'd quickly loot out pretty much everything I might need there. And I didn't want my looting forays to be 10-mile treks to get to the other buildings I need. But we are on the lookout for a structure we can use as a more permanent base, which is good in some ways, bad in others. It's very bad because we've spent a lot of effort and some time clearing this local area around this house. We've killed pretty much everything within the entire radius of the reality bubble. I need to finish clearing some northern section we haven't focused on yet, but we've cleared pretty much all of this, and I just need to get some of these outer areas cleared. And after that, we're pretty safe in this area. We're not playing with wander hordes turned on, so we don't have to worry about zombies packing up and moving into our area due to noise or anything like that. So we've achieved the hard part. We've gotten through the first week and managed to stay alive here in this area. It was particularly difficult because we have a park directly across the street, so it was funneling zombies at me and into my basement constantly. So we have a really high volume of zombies in this area because we've got park, pool, park. I mean, it's just really, really high density concentration locations nearby. Okay, but it's nighttime. At nighttime, we've also got a little bit of the moon bonus, the full moon bonus. That's the other thing I was hoping to stay alive for. If you can stay alive the first week, and we're up to day 68, so we're 1 week in, or in 8.5 hours, we'll be at the 1 week survived time frame. But if you can stay alive that long with the default timing for the start, then you're going to start getting the moonlight bonus, and you can operate at night way safer and way easier. Which we're going to demonstrate here shortly. I think I remember when we finished up on Monday, we had finished a couple of loot runs, and we really upped our food supply. So we've got lots and lots of food, some of which is perishable, but it's all at least a week, so we'll start eating from here down. Because we're not worried about the sealed stuff. That doesn't ever go bad until you open the can. That's when the shelf life comes into play. So this is where I start looking when I'm looking at my list. And we've been eating butter. We've just been eating raw butter. Butter is the miracle food, apparently. So got very high satiety, so 101 calories. So there's 3,200 calories per stick of butter. And very low negative joy factor. So butter's awesome. Butter's the new superfood in my view. And we've got the real actual superfood listing down here. So 240 units of veg or animal cooking oil, 127 calories per, and even better ratio. So this is so ridiculous. But it's nasty. I mean, chugging raw animal cooking oil, it's pretty nasty, yucky stuff. But as long as you fill your belly right before you go to sleep, you'll just sleep off the negative joy value, and it really won't affect anything. So, yeah, we brought back so much food. We got calories for months at this point, so we don't have to worry about food anymore. The game is still experiencing the fire problem that everybody has been asking about for the last week. Oh my god, so many times. So many times. Nobody reads. Nobody searches. Please, people, search the forums, search the Reddit, search the Discord before you ask. My fire is broke. Why won't my fire work? And so we don't have to answer for the 400 millionth time that, yeah, it is broke right now in experimental. And there is a PR up to fix it. It just hasn't rolled into the game yet. So I'm on 11166. That was the most recent as of right before I went live. So I did update to that. But the fire bug is still occurring. I'll show you what I'm talking about if you don't know what I'm talking about. Fires won't stay lit when you use the standard method. So I've got a brazier, I've got a wood source, a firewood source. If I examine it, it all acts normal. So we have fire, that's great, but it will go out almost instantly. So that's the problem. Known problem, known issue. Yes, it's a bug. Yes, they know about it. Fixes in the works. Just got to be patient. This one's actually taken longer. I'm surprised it took this long to get a fix for this one. Usually this kind of problem gets fixed pretty quickly. So there must be some kind of secondary issue or more complicated thing that was happening. I know it was an unanticipated side effect of some other thing they were changing or fixing that caused this particular fire problem. But while it's happening, that's what the debug menu is for. Just open up your debug menu and spawn in something that you can use to get around the problem. So spawn in a hot plate, for example, and a battery for it, and just use that in the near term. Once it starts working again, just ditch the hot plate. But this is exactly why the debug menu is a valuable tool when you're playing in experimental. Don't hesitate to use the debug menu. If you stress about achievements for whatever reason, you can actually turn them back on. Just go to debug game and you can enable the achievements again. So you're not gonna dork yourself out of achieving things. If you're really focused on doing that kind of thing, then you can just turn them right back on again. So don't sweat it, but this is the kind of bug that occurs in experimental on occasion, and the debug menu is an awesome way to just work around it. Don't get all stressed about it. Or, I mean, if you want to roll back to a previous build, feel free, but I don't understand why people would. It's a very, very simple bug to work around if you just know to use the debug menu to summon another kind of a heating source so you can cook your food and boil your water. So that's what we'll be doing if necessary. And same thing for light. If you're using the brazier for light to craft by, then just summon a lamp. Summon yourself an atomic lamp temporarily. Use it for light. Throw wood in a corner if you want to simulate you're burning the wood. And when it gets fixed, ditch the atomic light. So we're going to work around the bug. That's basically what I'm saying. Let's catch back up with chat here. Howdy, howdy, everybody else has jumped in. Okay. I think we're good. So, gear-wise, like I said, I need to focus a bit on tailoring, because the incidental hits we're taking as we do our exploring and clearing is getting to some of my clothes. Not the super important ones, other than the hiking backpack. Let's see. Where are we at for tailoring? We're at tailoring 2. I need to get to 4 in order to be able to repair that hiking backpack, and even then, if it's severely damaged, I might actually break it. So we've got books. We've got quite a few books, actually. I can take tailoring all the way to the top. In my case, tailoring 7 or so is usually as far as I take it. So yeah, we've got a good supply of books. We might spend the early point of time here. So here's where you got to think about timing and consequences. So for players newer to the game, I'll do a little short talk about what I mean by that. And what I mean is, as days go by, you have 2 things you have to be concerned about. Rotting food in the game world, so more and more of the food that you find in kitchens and so on will have rotted away and no longer be edible. It's not a super big concern if you're familiar with the game and you're able to maneuver around with an okay manner in moving between houses and raiding and all that kind of stuff. But for newer players that are not as practiced at that particular thing and food is an issue, that could become a problem. So you got food rot as time goes by, and you also have evolution of the zombies. So the zombies will evolve into more and more difficult models or types as time goes by. And until you have a good feel for how long that takes and what to expect, if you spend 4 months in a basement reading books and practicing crafting and getting through proficiencies and so on, when you step outside after that 4 months, there's going to be a lot more dangerous stuff in the world, and you could be doing yourself a disservice by spending so much time underground. So it depends a lot on your world settings and if you fiddled with the evolution factor and things like that. But it is a consequence you got to be somewhat conscious of, that the more time you pass hiding away, the more dangerous the outside world gets. So hopefully you're gaining more in ability or gear or defense and so on than you're going to lose by the upgrading of the zombies outside. So depending on how well organized you are and how you go about it, that may or may not be true. But it is a consequence. So having the calendar go by is a consequence. The other consequence to be aware of is this full moon bonus. So we only have the full moon bonus the week before, the day of course, and the week after the full moon. So right now we're coming up on the full moon. So we haven't yet reached it. We're about the half moon point right now, just past the half moon point is what this indicates. And it'll keep filling in to the left until it's full, and the right side will start to disappear until it's completely empty again, and we have no moon bonus. But you start getting a lighting bonus before even the half moon stage. So, and it's very significant, especially if you have low perception like we do. So I only had two night vision. But now that we have the full moon bonus, as long as it's clear skies, we get a big bonus for being able to see and maneuver, and it vastly, vastly increases your ability to move around at night and to raid. So I talk about it a lot for night raiding. Every time I get into a night raid versus day raid, we'll call it a conversation. But take advantage of the full moon. I've got videos about it and demonstrated it in the live stream tutorial and so on. It's super, super important to know when it's going to show up, and you want to, as much as possible, take advantage of it. Because it is not likely, but it is possible. You could have cloudy skies every night of the full moon bonus. So you don't want to lose out on the ability to maneuver and go get things. Go get them and go bring them back to your base, and then turtle up if you need to. But make sure you're taking advantage of the full moon. So that's the thing. If I just sit in here with my 10 candles and my piles of butter and animal oil, chugging away and just reading nonstop, I could be down here a month and still be reading books, probably easily. So that would cycle past the current full moon, and I might be up onto the next full moon. So I got to kind of balance what's going to go on there. In the default game world, I'm not too worried about it. This playthrough is not going to go long enough that the evolution is really going to affect us all that much in the time frame we're likely to go through this in, just because I know how to advance the character and do it in a fairly rapid manner. And I know what I need and where to get it and all that kind of stuff. So unless we get really unlucky with item drops or specific things that I need to go look for, particularly for the motorcycle and for metalworking and welding and so on, that might slow us down a bit. But right now my goal is to just get our tailoring up a few levels so that I can do repairs on my clothing, and in particular the backpacks. That way I don't have to constantly be searching out new clothing and all that. I don't plan to craft all that much of my own stuff. We're going to be using found gear for weaponry. I'm not overly concerned about crafting any weaponry. I don't need ammo. Mostly I'm eating canned foods. I very rarely have to cook anything other than beans and rice and things like that. So I don't usually raise my cooking skill up beyond maybe 2, because that gets me all the basic recipes that I need to keep going. And it's mostly found food in cans and jars and bags and so on. Very rarely need anything in the chemistry department. Only a few things in the electronic, especially with what we're doing. Armor is always the big one. This is 99% of the grief and the wailing about the proficiency system is armor and clothing and how long it takes. So regular clothing, I'm just gonna go find stuff. I'm not gonna bother. Things like survivor gear, I don't know if we're gonna pursue that. So for Judge Fredd, we might give it a try. We'll see how things progress and the timing and what gear we find and all that. But we might have to work into that. But yeah, I just don't find I craft all that much in my playthroughs recently. Mostly just because I know where stuff's at and what the options are. Gonna raid any labs? Sure, point me to one. There you go. Point me to a lab. Show me a lab. I'll be happy to go raid it. Where's it at? We're in a megacity. Our likelihood of finding a lab is incredibly small. I maybe... Actually, I can't remember the last time I found a lab in a house basement. Are they a thing anymore? Anybody found a lab entrance in a house basement recently? I mean, by recently, I mean, I can't remember seeing one in the last, like, year. When did I last see a lab entrance in a house basement? I don't even know if that's still a thing. I'm curious. Folks that are watching that play the game, have any of you that play experimental found just randomly a house basement with the lab entrance recently? There's so many variations on the basements now, I can't rely on finding anything I might want. I mean, I can't find the Autodoc basement, I can't find the Survivor basement. They occasionally show up, but I can't rely on them because there's so many different types of basements now. But I honestly can't remember the last time I saw a lab entrance underneath a house in the basement, which used to be one of the staples for getting into those. But back then, we only had like 10 basements, so it wasn't all that uncommon. But yeah, I mean, if I can find a lab, maybe we'll go in. Sewing basement is everybody's favorite right now because of all the changes to the cloth crafting and all the weird materials and things you need now. Yeah, that's one of the most popular ones by far. So what was I talking about? I was talking about I need to make a decision here on whether I want to do some reading or do I try to do some running around. We're good on food and hydration and everything. There's no issues there. We've got our reading materials. I've got a fair amount of candles, as you can see. This will last me probably, I don't know, 2 weeks. If I just stay down here 24 hours a day might be a little rough on the candles. So, and I can't burn wood with that. I'd have to cheat my way, as I talked earlier, because the fire problem. We could go upstairs and read, though, during the daytime, because it's going to be pretty clear up there nowadays, now that we've got the area fairly well cleared. So we might do a little bit of that. Alright, let's pop upstairs real quick, take a look. So, there we go. So there's our moon bonus currently, and that's our Humvee, our friendly Humvee. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're just past the half moon point, and we've got 11 spaces of night vision instead of 2. It'll jump out to 23 night vision at the full moon. So that gives you an idea. So you want to take advantage of this. But I mean, even this amount of night vision is massive for just maneuvering. So make sure you're doing everything you can to take advantage of this at certain times. I'm tempted to make a trip down south just to check to see if this church does have the steeple that we can climb, and also see if we can get into the mill surplus. I think that'd be a more interesting way to start the stream out. So, turn the candle off? What do you mean? There's nobody in this area. There better not be. Maybe there is. Let's wait and see if anything shows up. Safe mode on. Yeah, everything's dead. There's not anything. I mean, if I had it on and kept moving, yes, that'd be a problem. But not here at our base now. We've spent a lot of time last episode clearing the local area. So you can kind of see what we've cleared. I haven't quite cleared this northern block up here. I need to get to this row of houses and buildings, clear any zombies that are close to these, and then these right here. Otherwise, we've been down in this area. We've been over here. I'm not going to say there aren't any zombies in these spots. I haven't walked them during the daytime. I haven't cleared far enough outwards to do that yet. But we're not likely to have anything wander into our base area here any longer. Yeah, it's the yodeling. It's not screaming, it's yodeling. Come on now. I like to yodel while I read. All right, I'm just a little, I'm a little hesitant just because of the hiking backpack. I really don't want to lose the hiking backpack. I've had a hard time finding one this run. So I'm tempted to hang out for the day and the night just to get my tailoring up to 4 so I can make sure I can keep that thing repaired. And then we'll head out another evening. Don't need much in the way of raw materials downstairs, I don't believe. I've also got most of that problem taken care of. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. This is too important, and there will be times where I can't shrug it off before a fight, and or if I'm on the run and I don't want to leave it behind. So we're gonna go ahead and do some reading, just a little bit. I'm not gonna do a ton. We'll get through it as quick as we can. +1, 20 minutes. Focus is but that's fine. It's gonna be the entire time anyway. Let's take off our baseball helmets. Wear our harmonica. Activate our harmonica so we can jam to some... I remember reading somewhere they might be fixing it so you can't play an instrument and read simultaneously. Or it has some kind of negative connotation. I'm not sure which, but I think somebody's going to fiddle with that, so it's not as possible. Wait, is that the one? Tailoring to 5. Oh, -1. No, we don't want that. This is the one we want. This is the good one. Friendly, humane fashion. +1 at 20 minutes versus no plus at 18 minutes. I'll take this one. Yeah, map gen's kind of weird. Anytime they add something, I won't say it's anytime they add something, but we've had a lot of things disappear on us in regards to the map gen code, and certain structures, certain buildings, certain locations never actually showing up. And it's sometimes hard because it's the rarer buildings that I tend to notice when I haven't seen them in a really long time. But I don't know. I think that you can fiddle with it enough to get a decent set for the kind of thing you're looking for, in relation to how big they are and how far apart the cities are and things like that. We don't seem to quite have as bad a problem with farm spam that we were having for a while there, where it was just farm, radio tower, farm, gas station, farm. So we don't have as much of that nonsense. It still gets a little irritating when you happen upon 4 or 5 farm endpoints if you're cruising for endpoints like I tend to do once I get a vehicle. I can't really show on this map, but since we've got megacity settings, I tend to play either... Lately I've been sticking with just the default map gen, unless I do one of these megacity runs. I don't usually fiddle with it too much, but there have been times in the past where I felt the need to fiddle with it because the maps just didn't look real good, or I wasn't real happy with how they were setting up. That seemed to take a long time. Man, it took us to noon the next day. That was a long time. Let's have some... I gotta be careful of my sleep cycle. So it's noon. So we want to sleep now. So I wake up at dark. I got one more level I want to get tailoring. Alright, we finished drinking this, right? Yep. Alright, so that's empty now. So we had some cooking oil and some water. Nice nighttime snack or afternoon snack. Turn off the harmonica. And hey there, 6E. It's going just fine. We're enjoying our ability to sleep and to read without having zombies drop into the basement constantly. I'm hoping I can get the entire reality bubble cleared. Then maybe we'll have faster game processing time. It's possible there's a lab underneath us somewhere. Okay, that's a good time to wake up. Let's go check, see if we got clear skies. Oops, it is clear, but it's not quite dark yet, which isn't a big deal because there's nothing should be nearby. Alright, very hungry. Let's have our butter breakfast. I'll even have some bread with my butter. Okay, still normal weight. I'm gonna keep having butter. I want to get that back up to the overweight status. There's 2,000 calories of butter and a little bit of bread. We'll keep trying to pound that down as much as we can. Nope, no wander spawns in this one. Completely default game world. Why I spent so much time and effort clearing the local area, because I knew eventually if I could survive clearing it, especially that park across the street, we'd get left alone finally. So we're reaping what we sowed. Spent a lot of time and effort sowing, and now we are reaping. Alright, we'll stop there. There's guys all around, so we shouldn't have to worry about the moon moving in. I gotta keep an eye out for some diesel as well. I don't remember any vehicles in sight that run on diesel. I believe everything we've seen in this local area is gas-powered. Yep, no diesel that I can see, unless the tow truck. These are new. I don't know. I think tow trucks run on diesel. Let's go check that tow truck real quick. Uh-oh, a zombie! How the hell did you get over here, zombie? Really? I'm kind of curious. How the hell did you get over here? I wonder if he was a dead one that I didn't get pulped. Might have been under a vehicle or something. Alright, let's take off our harmonica as well. Get our baseball helmet back on. Whoa. The hell is this? I just happened to notice that when I went to pick up my harmonica. I was like, whoa, wait, what was that? Kick weight, volume, individual. That length? So if I say that, it's 7 length. Is the 27.56 showing me the largest volume or length I've got available to me? Alright, I'm not sure I care, but more info is good as long as it's not too obnoxious. No, I'm not in a big hurry to hop in the subway quite yet. I want to get a couple of things done before we start subway traveling. Although, we could go down the subway there and then pop up right here next to the mill surplus and the church. So, maybe. Maybe. Alright, before I do, I got to put you guys on hold just 1 second. I got somebody here waving at me I need to go chat with. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get thing going again. Oh yeah, so the subway. There's scary things in the subway. There's sewer rana and chud and Migos and stuff. Let's go ahead and pop over there, though. See if it's underneath the car. And if not, oh, it's not. We'll go ahead and pop it open and drop down, see what it looks like. We won't get our moon bonus, though. See? See, we're out to 20 spaces now. Just one day went by while I was reading my book, and you can see the moon bonus, or the moon indicator, is ticked outwards again. So we've got pretty much the full bonus at this point. Oh, crap. Is it? I think it is underneath. No, it can't be under the vehicle. That is the, oh, it just looks different than I was used to. Alright, I'm trying to remember now. It's activate, fire axe, pry, there. You're just, tried to pry your wallet. I see how you are. Alright, there we go. Manhole cover has been lifted. Alright. It's gonna be Sewerana. Gates I can't get through currently. Mutagen? I didn't know there was mutagen in the sewers. I'd have to visit the sewers more often. I had no idea we had mutagen down here. Steel drums. Alright, random stuff and mutagen. That's funny. Love how you can see the basements because of the map memory. So, the theoretical path, excuse me, south, east, south. So we can't go directly south, so we've got to be able to get over here. Can't go south again. Well, so much for the easy path. Gonna let me go to that one, but it's not going to... That's weird. It doesn't connect back there unless I go through that metal grate, possibly. I'm probably gonna have to go to this one and see if it'll allow me to connect down. Well, no, that one wouldn't be as helpful either unless it goes south and over and south. But so far this one's going straight west. I haven't actually spent much time down in the sewers recently. I don't remember it looking like this, form-wise. Yeah, well, this is not going to take me the direction I want to go. I don't have a lot of interest in going due west. So, back we go. Let's pop back up. And we'll go ahead and scoot over this way. Unlock this one as well, just to have it ready to go. Another zombie. Oh, brainless zombie. Well, I'm going to say no to that. Alright, let's go back to doing... Oops, I saw a zombie for a second. Hey, buddy. Let's go back to the tow truck. Yeah, I'm not excited about grapple hooking down with the results of the last time I used a grappling hook and putting me into a sewer that I can't say for sure I would be able to get out of. It'd be pretty hilarious if it dropped me into a small area with no direction I could go. Just the metal bars I can't get through. Regular gas? Yuck. I thought for sure a tow truck would be diesel. Well, fine. Alright, I did see the zombie down there, but I haven't pushed that far south yet, and I'm not going to try to attract them this direction. Okay, let's make a little bit of progress down south. I know we've been into this house. Go ahead and get the gate open. Oh, I hate him. I hate him. It's another one of those zombie childs. Cross over the fence. So, when maneuvering in cities, use these fences, the chain link fences, and another one. They're great barriers for the zombies. Let's see. House. So I got places to duck into when I cross. Car's pretty far down there. Really like to avoid any encounters with the zombie children. I'm not in kill mode on this particular trip. I'd like to map out these houses if I can. Somebody is in the house. What do we got? Picking up a backup hiking backpack would be nice. Ooh, a headlamp with charge. We'll grab that. Fitted long underwear. I am currently... long underwear top and bottom is slightly damaged. Yeah, that's simpler than repairing, I guess. I think I already have a tool belt, but we'll grab one just in case. Oh. That thing heard me, I think, so it's gonna come through the window. Don't need any of this basic stuff anymore. Whoops. Snot gobbler. This feel like it's gonna be a cockroach house, or isn't this the one with all the beds in it? Yeah, a dormitory for kids. I want to say that's what that one is. I think we're good on cough syrup now. Alright, zombie. Faux fur duster, long fur scarf. How is our temperature doing? Warm! Warm on our torso and arms. We're actually getting a heat slowdown, a fairly significant heat slowdown. Ugh. Yeah, I know. Ooh, gotta ditch the tool belt. And I guess the long underwear top. Take off. What? Oh, I started wearing them? Oh, alright. Take off that. Drop that. Off that. That helps. Zombies in the basement. Well. Huh. Okay. That's one or two more than I thought were going to be down here. There's my foam rubber bats. Nobody's put a damage value on these yet. Come on, give them 1 point of bash. Just so I can do a challenge using foam rubber bats. Figure out a way to do crit damage with foam rubber bats. Yeah, it's actually a good basement. There's good stuff in some of these side rooms, but I am not going to try to fight all this. I'm also not going to check that side room there. I know that's the big bedroom area. Get away from this dissolute, or he gets all rowdy. I guess we'll take the large quiver. Who knows? Maybe we'll need it. Oh, bicycle. Lax wheels. Motorcycle with a broken security system and a faulty engine. Might work, might not work. Uh-oh. This might work too. This will work. Broken security, it's got wheels, it's got gas, it's got battery, the engine's not faulty. Cool, we got a working 4x4. Won't work for long. We're already almost at the intersection where the mill surplus is. Another Megacity one? I haven't done Megacity in a while. I had several people asking me about Megacity and complaining how it was impossible to survive it and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of wanted to combine a few things. I think I talked about it when we first started this particular series. So, we've got a working motorcycle right next to a likely working 4x4.